Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the
Latin
Latin
voices.
Voices. Um, Happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday. Happy and blessed Friday for those who are already on Friday. So let's find out what is our topic for today.
So, welcome back to Latin Voices Live. Our topic for today is why learning new skills is becoming more important than ever.
Yes, that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, now residing in North Carolina, USA. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a former educational assistant, and now a proud digital business owner.
Thank you, Isabel. So let's find out what is our topic for today.
Okay, our topic for today is why learning new skills is becoming more important than ever.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So, welcome back to another episode of the Latin Voices. So, today we are discussing a topic that affects people of every age, profession, and background, and that is learning. So, many people believe there comes a point where they stop learning and simply continue doing what they already know. But today's world is changing rapidly. And as we know, technology is changing very rapidly, very fast. And those who continue learning often position themselves to adapt, grow, and discover new possibilities. So today we'll explore three reasons why learning new skills has become the more important than ever. And for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
So, we're going to have learning builds confidence, learning helps us adapt to change, and learning opens doors we didn't know existed.
Yes, that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's dive into our topic.
Okay, so let me see. Our first topic is learning helps us adapt to change. And you know, there was a there's a thing I've learned throughout my life is that change is inevitable. As an immigrant, I had to adapt to a new country, a new language, a new culture, and later I spent more than 20 years in corporate, building that, believing that my career path would always look the same and that I would be there till retirement. But life has a way of changing our plans. Industries involve technology. Technology evolves the way we work and evolve. What helped me navigate those changes wasn't having all the answers, it was being willing to keep learning. When I started exploring digital business space, I didn't come from, a technology background. I had to learn new skills, new systems, and new ways of thinking. And at times it felt uncomfortable, but every lesson gave me more confidence and more belief in what was possible. I've discovered that the people who continue growing are often the people who continue learning. Learning doesn't stop change from happening, it helps us adapt to it with greater confidence, resilience, and hope. And, this is the reflection for this is that change can feel intimidating, but growth begins when we choose to learn instead of standing still. And um, the more willing you are to learn, the more prepared you become for the opportunities that change can bring to you and to your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. We do have a comment here from Sylvia Bridget Morton. She say hi, watching from Winnipeg. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comment. And she also sent a like emoji, and we also have a like emoji from Clever Herrera. So thank you for your like emoji,
Thank you.
and thank you
Thank
for
you.
watching. Okay, So Isabel just talked about learning help us adapt to change. So like she mentioned, especially like she mentioned, immigrants, and like all of us, immigrants, we come to a new country. We need to adapt to change, and when you use the learning, it helps you, like Isabel mentioned, see opportunities. It helps you to be flexible and to adapt to those changes that evolve around us. It could be technology, it could be, a job. So there's different ways that, like the learning will help you to adapt and change. Isabel also added, what is one skill, habit, or area of growth you have challenged yourself to learn recently? So there you go. Okay, so now we're gonna move to our next point.
Hello, hi everyone. Our next point is learning builds confidence. So many people believe confidence comes first, it's completely different. In reality, confidence often grows through learning. So every new skill we develop increase our belief in ourselves. The more we learn, the more capable we feel. Growth create that confidence. So every skill you learn becomes evidence that you are capable of learning even more. So confidence is often built on a skill at the time. And this is so true. Even when we're born, we all born without knowing how to walk or even speak. But as soon as we start learning and we start trying, we so feel confidence and we start saying, "Mom, Dad," and we do our first step, and that's big. Because most people think, oh, once I become confident, then I will start, or once I believe in myself, then I learn. Or even they say, once I feel ready, then I take action. And but confidence doesn't come first. Learning come first. You have to learn. So, and confidence is like something that grow because of it. So think about you learn like everything that you learn, like as I said before, you driving a car, learning a new language as us immigrants, using technology as open your business online, um start a new job. So at the beginning, we all feel nervous, we all feel unsure, maybe a little bit overwhelmed, and that's normal. But that doesn't make that you didn't feel like less confident because you're new, because you're going to learn, you're going to practice, and you're going to gain that experience, even as when you graduate after high school, maybe college, university. You don't know everything, but you learn a little by little, and you build that confidence, and you become a good nurse, you become a good doctor, you become a good technician, not because someone's is have given to you, it because you earn it, you learn it. And that's exactly what confidence was. So and confidence make you feel more capable. You feel think that you can do many things, and that's the powerful of it. But you need to learn. So let's change our belief. Not because we say I'm not tech savvy yet, or I'm not good at social media. Don't let those negative things stop you. You can learn that if you don't know how to. So every successful entrepreneur once had no idea how they start and how good they have to do, but they were not confident. They learn a little by little how to get there. And those people, those successful entrepreneurs are already ahead because they learn and they feel confident with the time.
Thank you, Jessie. And we do have a comment here from Sylvia Bridget Morton. She says, so true. So, uh, yeah, so she agrees with what Jessie shared. So Jessie just talked about learning builds confidence. Like Jessie mentioned, the learning, it allows to build skills, allows to, and through those skills that you repeat every day, you start building that confidence. So every skill, is like an evidence for you to start believing in yourself that yes, I am capable of doing this. Jesse also mentioned confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you build through learning. So there you go. Okay, so now let's move on to our last point. So learning open doors we didn't know existed. So, sometimes opportunities don't appear first. Okay. What it appears first is growth. Okay. So when you decide to learn something new, for example, like a skill, like we mentioned, a mindset, a different way of thinking, your perspective begins to expand. And that's the beauty of learning. So when you start seeing ideas you didn't notice before, that's when you start connecting with people you wouldn't have met otherwise. And well, we have seen that here in our global online community. Sometimes we live in the same city and we have even met, but through this global online community, we get to meet each other. You consider also paths that once fell out of reach. So something that you thought, oh, that's not possible for me. But guess what? It is possible for you. It's up to you to be open to learning. So many life changing opportunities don't begin with a clear path, they begin with a decision to grow. So when I started learning something new, I didn't fully know where it would lead, to tell you the truth. But each new skill created more clarity, more confidence, and more options. And learning stretches your vision. And once your vision expands, so does your possibilities. And many opportunities become visible only after we take the first step towards growth. So here's the message for you guys. The willingness to learn often creates opportunities you couldn't previously see. So growth opens the doors before results does or do. Um, so that's the message for that. So let's see what is our key takeaway for this topic today.
One thing we know for certain is that learning does not have an expiration date. No matter your age, no matter your background, no matter your experience, growth remains available to those who remain willing to learn. And sometimes the most powerful decision we can make is simply choosing to become a student again.
Yes. So that's our key takeaway for this topic. And what is our message for the audience?
So our message for you, as you reflect on today's discussion, ask yourself, what is one skill, topic, or area of growth you've been curious about learning? Ask that yourself. Can be cooking, can be learning a new business, can be even knowing how to ride a bicycle. Sometimes curiosity is when transformation begins.
Yes. So that's our message for the audience. And what is our topic for next Thursday?
Okay, next Thursday, we will be back with why more people are prioritizing flexibility and balance in today's world.
Yes. So that's what we're going to be talking next Thursday. So it's a conversation about changing priorities, personal growth, family, well being, and redefining success in the modern era. So we have arrived to the end of our lives. So we hope so that, you learn why, and maybe you prioritize now, learning, because why learning is important, what does learning does to you. So hopefully you got some inspiration there to keep learning. And, when you keep learning, you start growing and you start seeing opportunities in front of you. So thank you again for being here with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. So we'll see you again next Thursday with another topic. And we'll see you for another episode of the
Latin
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 voices.
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 Thank you, everyone. God bless you all.
Bye. Adios.